How video games help economists understand economics and how games help players do the same.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Indeed, a streamlined hiring solution. Indeed helps businesses attract, interview, and hire candidates. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire. And by C3 AI. C3 Generative AI provides ChatGPT enterprise search that is verifiable, secure, and accurate across all enterprise data. C3.ai. This is Enterprise AI.
I'm David Brancaccio in New York. First, the combination of a plastic doll and nuclear fission caused huge sales at movie theaters this weekend. Ticketing came in well above very elevated expectations. More than $300 million worth of tickets were sold in the U.S. and Canada. It was the fourth largest weekend ever, thanks to, yes, Barbenheimer. Marketplace's Nova Safo has more.
It feels almost quaint to talk about a film's box office sales, what with writers and actors on strike over Hollywood's embrace of streaming and, potentially, artificial intelligence. Not to mention that the summer movie season, normally Hollywood's cash cow, has been subdued. But the twin release of Barbie and Oppenheimer showed that audiences will still show up if you get the film and its marketing just right and get lucky with social media buzz. Barbie had the biggest opening of any movie this year, earning an estimated $155 million in the U.S. and Canada. Oppenheimer earned more than $80 million. I'm Nova Safo for Marketplace.
S&P and NASDAQ futures are up between 2 and 0.3%. The Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates slightly this Wednesday, he said with easy confidence.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Grammarly. Grammarly Business empowers companies to drive faster results with secure enterprise-grade generative artificial intelligence that works where teams do. It helps businesses break down information silos, collaborate efficiently, and quickly adapt to stay competitive. Grammarly.com/business. And by the Glassdoor app, where professionals share advice and talk about work and life anonymously. Conversations are happening within companies and in thousands of communities on the new Glassdoor app. And by Amazon Business, helping provide a smarter, easier way to get the supplies businesses need to thrive. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
Here's a number, $300 billion. That's the estimated annual revenue of the video game industry, making it bigger than movies and music combined. What can video games teach us about economics, business, money, careers, equity? Our project on the Marketplace Morning Report here is called Skin in the Game. Today, call it Gameonomics. Spaceships going at it. This is a strange universe to find a bank scandal that hurt players in a real way. The year was 2009. Depositors were in a hurry to cash out of a place called eBank. It was a bank run, Silicon Valley Bank style, but this one triggered by a real-life embezzling CEO and a pile of bad loans.
It's going to be like this. We're going to portal through.
What depositors wanted back in such a hurry was not their dollars, but their ISK, the in-game currency, for a sci-fi game called EVE Online, where you build interstellar enterprises. This virtual bank suffering the run was a side project set up by players and not an official part of the game. Yet, since the game currency had value, some players lost real money. Grand theft currency, I guess. Players got a hard lesson in real-world financial panics and the lack of federal deposit insurance. As for EVE Online's official, company-sanctioned, in-game economy, that's still running well, for a reason.
They've had a dozen or so economists on staff since the beginning of time for their game.
Joost van Drooyen teaches at the Stern School of Business at NYU. We caught up with him outside a game industry conference.
They do this because they know that the economy is part of the gameplay. You don't just go and kill the dragon or fly the ship from A to B to deliver the package. There's also managing a portfolio and an inventory and gathering resources to get to the next level. So in many ways, economy and gameplay are interspersed. They very much interact.
Economics is at work in so many games. Trevor Cardoza is an Oakland, California-based video game and virtual experiences designer.
Destiny 2 is a great example. Before, you would have to spend Glimmer, which is like the basic currency, on everything. It's like, okay, what is Glimmer worth? Like, how much grinding in in-game action is Glimmer worth? And then, can that be turned into a salary? Can that be turned into X amount of money?
Dimitri Williams at the Annenberg School at the University of Southern California uses video games as a petri dish to study real-world behavior. For this, he says, some games were great, including a massive multiplayer game called EverQuest 2, which showed in advance what would happen when the real financial crisis hit in 2008.
They match really well when people have the same incentives. People feel about their in-game money the way they feel about real-world money.
Not all games are useful to scholars. Williams mentions a notorious World of Warcraft glitch where players noticed they could cause amusing mayhem by spreading a virtual plague just to be trolls.
They were gleefully running around and infecting all their friends, who were then exploding in fountains of horrific blood.
Not something any rational economic actor would do in the real world. So researchers choose carefully which games to study. Williams has published widely on how about a quarter of our friends and family are the real influencers for our purchasing decisions, be it a new dress or a new car. Williams and team work with a company based in Cyprus that makes a game called World of Tanks.
It's pretty fantastic for us, a great sandbox to play in. And so we were able to look at when this player buys a virtual tank, do their friends then buy the virtual tank? If they play more, do their friends play more? And so we could find who the influencers are in their system.
Something else game researchers have learned about real life. Despite all the well-documented toxic behavior of players, many others are surprisingly helpful to each other. Again, NYU's Van Dreunen.
So a game like Roblox, a game like Minecraft, much more friendly environment. People build things for other people to enjoy, to share with other people.
Researchers can use games to study economic behavior, and players can use games to learn about money, business, and economics. That professor has students who make money for tuition by streaming themselves playing video games.
I would argue that most students today, and the younger generations, they learn about the financial system through gaming more than any other source.
We have a full immersion virtual adventure with younger people cracking into video game jobs. It's on YouTube. If you or someone you know wants to explore that career path, go to YouTube, where our handle is Marketplace APM, with a brand new installment of Skin in the Game streamable films just launched this morning. I'm David Brancaccio. From APM, American Public Media.